Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Right. So we will call our meeting to order at 6:33 p.m. And the first item is approval of the minutes from September 21st, 2023. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Seconded.
Any questions, comments, edits?
No.
All right. All in favor of approving the minutes as written? Please
Rose,
say aye.
Martel, I unmuted this time.
I was reading your lips. Okay. Jackie had asked for service animals in schools and the security cameras in schools, and I would like her to be here for that. So I'm going to skip down to the last two, ACR and ACA. And these policies need updating because of language around protected classes. So, and they've updated some language at MASC. So ACA is non-discrimination on the basis of sex, and that is in accordance with Title IX. And then it just basically says that we identify an individual who's our school district Title IX compliance officer. That's Karina Wislow, our Director of Student Support Services, and it's on the websites and in handbooks. And then ACR is also connected to that policy, but it's non-discrimination, including harassment and retaliation. Also connected to Title IX sexual harassment. And this policy is a little more lengthy. It goes into definitions of discrimination and harassment and what they are. And then it lists what resources we have. So who's the individual designated as the Title IX, Title IV, district, ADA, civil rights coordinator. And then if you have the need to make any further inquiries, it gives you DESE's address. And this one was updated recently because of what they're calling the Crown Act, but it's actually the Acts of 2022, which is when we're talking about race, the hair texture, type, length, and protective hairstyles. So those are pretty scripted because of the law. So my recommendation is we approve those as written by MASC, if you're okay with that.
I agree.
Okay. Thank you. And the other one that is updated from a way back when is EBCFA, which is our face covering policy.
Yeah, that was confusing. Why is this coming up now?
I think because we got updated guidance in 2023 and we had older face covering policies that weren't connected to our previous guidance.
Okay.
And it's the update is the bolded: students and staff returning from 5-day quarantine following a positive COVID test must follow strict mask use. And they're required in all school health offices. So that's the only reason for the new update on the face coverings. Does anyone have any edits they want to make on that one?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay, Jackie, we just whizzed through 3.
We are ruthlessly efficient.
Yes, we are. We did have an older service animals in school from 2011. And then I also included the most recent MASC version. So I don't know if we all want to take time to read the newer one while we wait for Jackie.
Sure.
Oh, here she is.
The only thing I didn't see in the MASC policy is a definition of a comfort dog or an emotional support animal.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if we wanted to define what that might be in this particular policy. I went to American Humane, and it
Mhm.
gives definitions of service versus emotional animal versus therapy dog. So I didn't know if we wanted to do some clarifying in that policy. So Jackie, I'm wondering what you think about that, because this is a service dog. They didn't have anything around therapy dogs or comfort dogs in this policy.
Yeah, I just don't want to write it from scratch because I wouldn't know what.
Well, I went to American Humane, if you're okay, and it said, together with their owners, therapy dogs are certified or registered to visit hospitals, long-term care facilities, treatment centers, schools, and other settings to benefit people in need. While typically trained in basic obedience skills, therapy dogs or comfort dogs are not required to perform essential tasks for those they serve or specialize in any particular area. Therapy dogs do not have public access rights under the ADA and are only allowed in facilities by invitation or agreement. Additionally, they serve people other than their owners, also known as handlers, and their role is to complement more traditional modes of treatment or therapy through comforting, supportive, calming, and engaging interactions. This
I like
is
that. I liked the second half of that.
okay. So therapy dogs serve people other than their owners, that part?
Yeah. And then just like maybe like a sentence, like my brain's not working. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to think on the spot right this second, but
Been
I
a long
feel
time in history, so
I feel like a sentence about the school committee voting for the approval or something, you know what I mean? Like like what they did was really good. I don't know if you want to do that every year.
Let's see. Professionals such as psychotherapists and social workers may also incorporate a therapy dog into their practice. While many types of animals can be therapy animals, dogs are by most far the common species. Any canine breed is eligible. So if we said at the end of that paragraph, therapy dogs, therapy/comfort dogs.
Will be reviewed on an annual basis by the school committee.
Yeah.
Can we say
That sounds
reviewed
good.
and approved?
Yeah, reviewed and approved on an annual basis by the school committee.
Because like right now it also works because our adjustment counselor has the dog. But like, for example, I'm going to ask for Jessica next year, but if the school committee decides to not fund her, then I do want there to be able to be even a classroom teacher that might go through the process that could bring a comfort dog. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to like link it directly to a counselor.
Mhm.
Yeah, it says they serve people other than their owners or handlers. Professionals may also incorporate a therapy dog into their practice. So to me, a teacher would fall under the word professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's, I'm going to take it from the American Humane document and I will reference it. Are you okay if I add it to the bottom of this policy with a reference, and, or do you want me to, and we send it to the full committee, or do you want me to bring it back next month?
I don't
So
think
you
you
can see it.
bring it back next month, but could you just like email us with what the language ended up being?
Yeah, let me email you the document and we can't discuss anything, but you can offline one at a time tell me what you might want me to tweak. We just can't all comment in the doc.
Right.
Okay. So I will add therapy dog language and then send it
Freddie
to the
was-
committee.
Freddie came today and like, I think he helped like 7 people.
Oh,
I kept on hearing on the walkie people asking if Freddie was available.
oh, it's really important.
And
Yeah.
Julie, Jessica has a really cute picture of the twins. Did she share that with you, with Freddie?
Is that the one where their heads are on the table because his head is on the table? Oh my gosh, yes.
We ran into, Jake and I were driving up Wendell last night, either last night or Tuesday night. Everything's blurring. But we ran into Jessica. She was walking Freddie and Eddie, which I love that it's Freddie and Eddie.
Freddie and Eddie. Mhm.
So we had to stop because Jake had to say hi.
Oh. So our principal over at Swift River wasn't feeling well. I stopped to drop something off and Ollie saw me and then he was like, wait a minute, you're not at school. You're at our house. So I got the like, I know you, but you're in the wrong place. And then it was all okay. But
Oh, yeah.
it does make your day when you see those adorable little doggy faces.
Also, I am Ollie with weird juxtapositions. I'm often like, I know you, but I don't know where I know you from.
You're kind
I
of
have
on
to
a
go
roll
yell at my
tonight, too.
dogs.
Okay. All right, and the last one Jackie asked for, because we have the security cameras, and I think there's been some community discussion about the cameras. So I'm thinking a policy is really important here.
Agree.
So if we want to take a look at that one, that's ECAF security cameras in schools. One line I really liked in the 3rd paragraph was security cameras may be used in locations as deemed appropriate by the superintendent of schools in consultation with school officials, as well as local law enforcement and emergency response agencies. So it's all of us working together and taking responsibility.
Agreed.
Then the 4th paragraph, and I can ask Jackie if she's done this.
Yeah.
The district shall notify students and staff through handbooks and appropriate signage that security cameras have been installed and may be used at any time.
We have the signage. We haven't finished the handbook, so it's not in there yet,
Okay.
but I will.
That's okay. This won't be approved by everyone for a good month or so anyway.
Yeah, the process is so quick.
Yeah,
All
but
I
the
think-
thing is we there's 2 parents, caregivers that have issues with the cameras, so I think we need to spend a little time to just, like, I'm gonna need to maybe just like sit with this policy a little bit and think about it too, and like bring it back, because I think it needs to have some specific wording in there.
All right, so we can bring this one back, but I also, Jackie, don't mind if you and I sit down and pull some language here for the handbook, so it's really clear and specific for parents and staff to read.
Yeah, and there's like this whole I'm not trying to negate it because I understand where it's coming from, but there's like this whole kind of train of thought that people are worried we're going to use it to like racially profile and target kids. And like, I don't even look at the cameras unless like I haven't like gone back into the footage and searched for like evidence of anything yet. You know what I mean? But that's what was brought up at town meeting, that there was this like feeling that we were going to like racially profile kids.
I
With-
actually do understand that, because I will say, like, a well-intended policy in the hands of a different person that is broad
Yes, I get it.
could totally lead to bad outcomes.
Yes.
Well, in the
I
third paragraph,
understand
right?
pieces of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might want to tweak, because now that Jackie and Julie have said that, they talk, let me see the line, that could be misinterpreted. The school committee authorizes the use of security cameras in school district buildings and on its property to ensure the health, welfare, and safety of all students, staff, and visitors. Okay. To deter theft, vandalism, also okay, and other negative behavior. Well, if you had a principal who doesn't like X group of kids, right? What is negative behavior? And it could be
Right.
totally, so
Yeah.
we might want to tweak some of those words. And, you know, we might either want to eliminate that or make it really clear what we mean by that.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
So I just underlined the and other negative behavior, because I think we're going to have to, and if people can think of other examples or something
Yeah.
to use in place of that, that would be helpful.
I wonder if any of the other union schools have a camera, because they all have cameras, I think. I know at least 2 do.
Yeah, I
wonder if
don't
they
know
have
if
it.
any of us have a policy, and I think and it's just been updated last year, so I think this is going to be on everybody's,
Right. Yeah. And it's just on the
everybody's
front of my
policy.
mind because we just got
Yep.
cameras. So.
Right. I also like near the end, access to video recordings from security cameras shall be limited to school administrators.
Yes.
Because I think the other worry, and it is that, you know, then again, we have lovely officers in Shutesbury, but it could, you know, that could
Yes.
change too, and somebody comes in.
And that
And
was said
there's-
at town meeting. Yeah, they wanted it to be like me having access, and like the superintendent.
Yeah,
So,
and that's clearly spelled out.
I think it's always good to have like multiple eyes on that, so that like we're kind of checks and balances for each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, because if it was just Jackie, maybe okay, but if it's somebody other than Jackie who's not like Jackie, then you want somebody else looking
And
at that.
honestly, same for superintendent,
Yep.
same for school committee. Like they could be
Yep.
any arm.
It could change, but really quick.
Yeah, I know that. Present company excluded.
Yes.
All right, so we will bring the security cameras back, and if, you know, everybody just takes a look at it, we'll make any
I do have the
changes
signs up.
necessary.
I do have the signs
Good.
up, and I think I've like handled it, but there's like 2 people who don't like the signs up. But I said, I have to have the signs up. And they said, well, it's scary and intimidating. I'm like, it's not meant to be scary and intimidating. It just says video surveillance 24 hours or something.
I think
it's
the
what
word surveillance people don't like, right?
Yeah, I forget exactly. I mean, you can see it right on the building when you
Yeah.
drive up to it, because it's on next to the front door and the side where there's cameras. But like we have to have that. So
Also, honestly, that is accurate. It is surveillance.
Yes, it
Like,
is.
let's
But people think that word is like, you know, big brother.
again, that's why we should have policies that keep us in check,
Right.
because it could be.
yeah,
But, you know, we could have a little sign above the sign with the cute little moose that says, Shutesbury Elementary School works to maintain a safe and secure environment for students, staff, visitors, families, and facilities. And
Yes,
if
we could.
maybe the little cute moose sign over the scary surveillance sign might make some people feel better.
yeah.
Right.
Or a picture of Jackie with her moose hat on, either
Yeah.
one would work.
Well, yeah, and I'm wondering if this there's also a third person, a community person who's really on it, but that person's also really on other things and may come to the meeting tonight. Just so you know. So this might be brought up at the meeting and other things.
And we are diligently reviewing a policy that's already been vetted by the lawyers at Mass Association of School Committees, but making sure it also fits our community.
Mhm. As we do with all of our policies,
As we
honestly.
do, right?
That's why we have this committee, because we don't necessarily just whole hog like adopt what comes out of MASC.
Right, exactly. And also with the surveillance, because we're on this, because it is policy, so I can say this. This person also is worried that we're gonna get multiple cell towers on top of our school and that it's going to like tap into school-based information. And that's I haven't even heard that at all. So if that gets brought up tonight too, that has not been brought forward to the school by anyone.
Yeah.
And the school
But you
committee, I
can-
highly doubt would approve.
Yeah. But can I ask, and this is just a question for clarification, because I'm
Mhm.
new in the chair
Yeah.
position, like the public comment, they can
Comment.
say what they want, but we're not responding.
You shouldn't.
So,
And
You
it's
really
hard.
should.
It-
Yeah.
Because in the past, like, as you know, when Dan was chair, like he would sometimes engage and
I don't want to.
no.
Can I tell you again from experience, it really can go awry. And then
Yeah.
it's really a meeting in public, not a public meeting, right? So thank you for your perspective. We will take this under advisement is
Okay.
always a really
Okay.
good, so
And
it's people
maybe
feel
not
heard.
every comment just to the, at the end of any public comments, we can say that at the end.
Yeah.
Like
And
not.
if it really is something that we have, it's not just something we're taking under advisement but it's something we need to look at, we can always say, and in future meetings, we can report back on this. So people know we're not just saying thanks, but no
And it's
thanks.
the same thing with in the meeting too.
Yes. Yeah, that's even more so, I think.
Yeah, it's hard because we're small towns and everybody knows
Mhm.
everybody and we all feel comfortable, but it does
Mhm.
delay the business of the meeting.
Yeah.
All right. So Jackie, we did 3 without you because we're super
Oh.
efficient. Not that
I'm
you
not
aren't.
surprised.
We're all done. We will bring back security cameras with any additional language.
Yeah.
Jackie and I can work on a letter or a blurb in the handbook and a letter.
Yes.
And if there's nothing else, I can bring back some more policies. I'll bring back maybe 3 more. And
Is
if
there-
anybody thinks of one, just let me know.
Okay.
Will there be a blurb in the handbook about the service dogs?
I
also?
don't have it in there, but I can easily add it. It's gonna be a tab. They're all tabs.
Okay.
I've been really sick with COVID for multiple weeks, so
Oh,
I'm just kind of getting back, so it's not completely done yet. So,
right on. Okay.
but yeah,
After
that's
all
actually-
these
that's a really
years.
good thing. I'm gonna text Debbie Lee now so I don't forget because she's helping with it.
Mhm.
And Jackie, we can maybe pull some of the language from the service animals policy and put it in the handbook too.
Yeah, I didn't even think to add it.
Nope.
So
Good
that's
point. So you wrote that down? Because if I have brain fog and you have brain fog, okay.
Yes, I wrote it down and I'm texting Debbie Lee now, so I
Checks and balances, guys.
don't forget.
And whatever is in retrograde.
Do you want to stop the recording so that when we admit new people for the school committee, it's not a part of it?
Right. It's the same
Yeah.
link, isn't it? All right. So
Yep.
let's have a motion to adjourn at 6:57.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Rose,
Aye. I get to say I that time.
You do. Okay, I'm gonna pause
Okay.
recording.